Hi, I'm Damien, and this is the official channel of the BLS Coin Collectors Club, bringing you news and insight from the fascinating world of numismatics. If you enjoy my content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hello everyone, it's about 1 AM on the 7th of April 2024. In this episode we'll be talking about a few common numismatic terms and phrases, and looking at one or two new additions to my collection. Without further ado, let's get started. If you're an experienced collector, I'm sure you know a lot of this already. But for those of you out there who are still new to the hobby, hopefully this video will be helpful. Let's get started with the all-important touchstone of coin collecting, grading. In a nutshell, grading is figuring out roughly what condition a coin is in. As coins circulate, the metal gets worn down. Coins can also be damaged. They get shaken around in pockets and tills, dropped in water, stomped on, thrown around, caught in machinery, and all sorts of other unfortunate events. Even without additional damage, daily wear and tear takes its toll on a coin, and the longer it's been in circulation, the more severe the wear gets. Wear and damage affect a coin's grade, and thus its value. This 1997 2p is in the highest normal grade of condition, uncirculated. This means it's a coin fresh from the mint and it's never been in general circulation. A coin like this in theory should have no wear. In practice, due to modern minting and shipping methods, it probably has a few dings and nicks, but no circulation wear. These coins usually have full mint luster, that is, they still have the shine of a freshly minted coin with no exposure to the elements. On the NGC scale, an uncirculated coin is between MS60 and MS70, although in practice almost no coins get a higher grade than about MS65. This 1965 halfpenny is the highest grade a coin can be after having entered circulation. Extremely fine. As you can see, it still has a good amount of its mint luster, although some exposure has caused it to start developing a patina. Coins like this have almost no wear and have only had a very light, limited circulation. This grade is the equivalent to an NGC XF40 or XF45, depending on how widespread the light wear on the coin is. This 1911 3p is graded as very fine. It has had a light but evident circulation. This one has some mint luster left, which you don't always see on coins of this grade, but you can clearly see some wear on the highest points of the design. The NGC equivalent falls between a VF20 and a VF35, depending on how complete the design still is. This 1927 penny is in fine condition. Coins like this will likely have no mint luster remaining, and have considerable wear across the high points of the design, but all the lettering and the date should still be distinctly visible, and the features of the design still well defined. This is generally the lowest grade most collectors will want out of a coin from the 16th to the 20th centuries. The NGC equivalent is an F12 or F15, depending on the softness of the recessed areas of the design. Below fine, this 1921 florin is in roughly fair condition. Coins like this have been heavily circulated, and have lost much of the definition of the design, although most of the legend should still be readable along with the date. Coins of this grade are of little interest to most collectors unless they have a rare date or variety. However, some completists will take a coin in fair grade if better specimens are not available. The fair grade is the equivalent of an NGC FR2 to G6. There is also a grade very good, VG8 on the NGC scale, that sits between fair and fine, but in practice it's often hard to tell between a fair and very good coin. At the very bottom of the grading ladder, this 1861 penny is a coin in poor condition. Coins of this grade will have some or all of the legend be unreadable, while the major features of the design are often reduced to nearly flat outlines. The date should usually still be readable. Coins like this will only be of interest to a collector if an extremely rare date, especially since with this level of wear, it's usually impossible to tell if it carries a mint mark or a die variety. Coins in grade poor are equivalent to a PO1 on the NGC scale. These of course are only rough examples. Grading is often more nuanced than this, and various qualifiers exist. For example, a coin that is close to but not quite a certain grade might have the term nearly prefixed. You can hear of a coin being graded nearly very fine, for example, like this 1860 farthing. This is the equivalent of an NGC Plus grade. A coin graded VF35 Plus would be considered nearly extremely fine. On the other hand, a coin that is a slightly better example of its own grade could be prefixed with the word good. It might be good very fine. This is the equivalent of an NGC star rating. A VF35 star would be considered good very fine, similar to this 1964 half crown. While you might sometimes see the grade nearly uncirculated, in my opinion that's kind of a meaningless phrase, as a coin has either been circulated or it hasn't. Coins like this would really fall in the good extremely fine grade. These coins would fall in the NGC AU50 to AU58 grades. I need to say a few words here about a special category, proof coins. Proof is not a grade, it is a method of minting. Proof coins are struck from special dies that give them a polished look. These coins are designed for use in mint sets and are rarely encountered in the wild. Proof coins like this 1970 penny are never intended for circulation. We seem to have taken up a lot of our time with grading. However, let's have a look at a few other terms before we go, and let's look at a few other coins while we're at it. I talk a lot about minting. Minting is simply the term used for coin production, and a place where coins are made is called a mint. An uncirculated coin can be called mint condition or mint state, meaning that it's in the exact same condition as when it left the mint. Take a look at this 1874 Maundy fourpence. While it has a few scratches from handling at the mint, it's otherwise uncirculated and basically in mint state. The front of a coin, usually the side where the monarch or another leader's portrait appears, is called the obverse. We see here the portrait of President Eisenhower on the obverse of this 1974 dollar. The other side, often where national symbols or other images significant to the nation appear, is called the reverse. The obverse is the side usually used in grading, as it tends to attract more wear than the reverse. The actual process of impressing the design onto a coin is called striking. A coin that has had the design stamped into it, like this 1905 halfpenny, has been struck. This is accomplished by pressing the coin blank heavily and quickly in between two engraved pieces called dies, one for the obverse, one for the reverse. There have been multiple methods of striking coins over the centuries. The most commonly used now is a high-tech coining press, which can turn out over 1,000 coins a minute, like the ones used at the Royal Mint in Wales. This 2004 penny was struck using those modern techniques. Before the advent of machine minting, coins were manufactured by hand, like this Edward I penny. These are known as hammered coins, because the main way of striking them was to set the blank on top of one die, place the other die above it, and give the upper die a very heavy blow with a large mallet. Hand hammering produced coins that were usually not uniformly round, and mistakes were frequently made during striking. Machine-made coins are called milled coins. This is in reference to the mill and screw press, which was the earliest form of coining press. It can also refer to the milling, more properly called graining, around the edge of many machine-made coins, as seen here on this 1914 florin. Milled coins were first made in the 16th century. They were fully adopted in Britain in 1662. That's about it for this time. Next time, I want to bring you a few more terms and phrases, as well as a look at a couple of truly ancient coins. Until then, if you enjoyed this video, give us a like, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button.